Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Got the D-Man here, and I'm glad you could join me today. Today's topic is going to be you attract what you believe, not so much what you want. So the topic is belief. What are your beliefs? Because your beliefs will create your reality. And in regards to attracting girls, if you don't believe you're good enough, guess what? The girls that you like and the girls that you don't like probably are going to think you're not good enough because you don't believe you're good enough. But I'm here to tell you, you are as good as you decide that you are. You're good enough when you decide you are good enough. Your status is determined by your conception of yourself, your beliefs about yourself. When you look in the mirror, okay, what do you see? Do you see a fat slob? Do you see a skinny, bony man without any muscles? Do you see an ugly guy? Whatever you see is what you will be to other people in the outer world. It's not so much the reflection, but what you see when you look in the mirror goes deeper than that. You're seeing something that is beyond the reflection. You're seeing into the inner man or the inner woman if you're a woman watching this. That's why so many times people get plastic surgery, unless they've had an accident and been deformed or something. But they think if they just fix their nose or their teeth or their eyes or their mouth, get Botox in their lips, or they get a breast implant, then they're going to look good. But it's never good enough. Back to that not good enough. Because what they're seeing is not the body. They think it's the body, but it's not the body. They're seeing the inner person. There are things on the inside of them that need to be dealt with. Things that they don't feel good about. Guilt, shame, anger, resentment. These are the things they see in the mirror. And other people see these things too. They may not see them immediately, but if they spend enough time with you, they will see or they will feel these things and be repelled by them. So it doesn't matter how good a shape you get in or how big of muscles you get. And muscles, there's a good example for men. There are men that work out in the gym. I mean, they're a rock. They're like Arnold Schwarzenegger type men, but yet they can't get girls because girls are not attracted to them. They thought if they just had the body that the girls would just love them. But it doesn't work that way. They see the guy walking down the street who's challenged in the looks department, and he's got this beautiful girl with him. And they wonder how he did it. He did it because on the inside, he feels good about himself. All right? It's not the outside. You can fix the outside all day long. Now, that's not to say it's not good to be in shape. It's not good to wear makeup. Of course, women, it's good for them to wear makeup. Men are attracted to that. And nice clothes. Same as you men. To have nice shoes, to fix your hair, to have nice teeth. See, have nice teeth. These are my real teeth. I was fortunate. I was born with nice teeth, but I have taken care of them also. Take care of your teeth. Do you think a woman wants to kiss you if you got crap in your teeth or if they're stained and dirty? With all the products on the market today, there's no reason you should have gross teeth, okay? Brush them. Brush your teeth every day. They can do cosmetic things with your teeth now. I mean, when I meet a girl, I look at her teeth. She has got to have nice teeth. Because if I'm going to be kissing her, I want her mouth to look good, okay? So teeth are a big part of your mouth. If not, well, their lips are nice, but that's not the inside, okay? If I got my tongue inside some woman's mouth, I want to know she's clean, okay? And looks nice. Teeth are important. But still in all, if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, what is it that you don't like? Is it your body? No, I beg to differ. It's something inside of you. If you can't love what you see when you look in the mirror, how do you expect anybody else to love that? Look at yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But if you tell yourself that long enough, you will come to believe it. And if there are things inside of you that you don't like, these things will come out into your awareness so you can deal with them. That's one thing a relationship with a woman will do. It doesn't have to be a long-term relationship. But if you date a girl for a few times or 5 or 6 or whatever, for a period of time, or date girls, they will reflect back to you what you need to work on. Women are great reflectors. You attract to yourself what you are. They have a message to send you. Let's say you go out with a girl one time, you have a good time. You go out the second time, you have a pretty good time then also. You're getting along good. Maybe the third time you've slept with her, or maybe you slept with her the first time. But then she starts disrespecting you, or trying to use you just to go out for a meal, or it's getting to where it's like a transactional relationship. Okay, instead of being angry with her, you got to look at yourself and say, why is this happening to me? How have I showed up with this girl that she thinks that she can treat me this way? Okay, somehow or another you have showed her that you have low value, that you are needy, that it's okay for her to treat you that way. Now, if she does it the first time and you stop it right there, if you have good solid boundaries, then that's not really an issue with you, that's more of her. If you stop it and she straightens up, okay, there you go. But if this happens on a continual basis, you keep being with her and she continues to disrespect you, you have to ask yourself, why are you devaluing yourself? Because first you must devalue or disrespect yourself before anyone else can do it to you on a continuous basis. Now, that's not to say people will not try to disrespect you, but if you have solid boundaries and you feel good about yourself, you will stop it dead in its tracks. If not, it will go on. I've allowed it to go on for a while within my mind thinking, well, they're young, they don't know any better, I'm going to be patient with them, which may be true, but the reality is, why was I allowing that to happen? Because I felt like I couldn't do better? No, at the time I knew I could do better, but part of me must have felt like I deserved to be treated that way. Or I needed the message to say, hey, you're more valuable than that. So she was actually a messenger for me, someone brought to me by my subconscious mind, by God, by your higher self, to show me that my value was much higher than what I was actually conceiving it to be. Because I have dreams and goals which cause me to rise, or I need to rise in consciousness to achieve these things. Because unless you have a preceding rise in consciousness, anything you get on the outside, such as a beautiful woman, money, success, fame, is fleeting. It will not last unless it is preceded by you rising in consciousness to that level to where you can accept it without sabotaging it. The last girl I went out with, I used to ask her, how good can you stand it? Now you can ask yourself that. How good can I stand it? Look in the mirror and say, how good can I stand it? If I inherited $1 million today, could I accept that? More than likely not, unless you have the consciousness of a millionaire. Here's what happens. You'll get that money, you'll blow it, your life may be worse off afterwards than it was before you got the money. You will spend it frivolously, you will invest it unwisely, because you do not have the consciousness of a millionaire. The same if you use techniques to pick up that beautiful girl and you think you finally found the girl, and those techniques are not supported with the base of the consciousness of the type of man that you are presenting yourself as to this girl who likes you because she thinks you are this man. But in reality, all you've done was performed a sort of a play for her. You were an actor, and the act was coming from techniques and not your inner self, from who you truly are. And what happens there? In a few days or weeks, whatever, she discovers you are not the man, the solid, strong, courageous man that she thought you were. And she's disappointed. And she doesn't want to hurt you, so she doesn't want to dump you. So since she kind of tells you one of these things, I love you, but I'm just not in love with you. I don't know. You deserve to be treated better than that. And you do deserve, but she's treating you badly because She doesn't respect you because you are not who you presented yourself to be when you met her. That's like these guys tell you to put all these wonderful photos on Instagram, and you should have good photos. That's good. I'm not saying, but don't put things on there that are not true representations of who you are. Now that may get you the date with a girl, that may get you laid. And if that's all you want, okay, that's pretty superficial. But when I was younger, that was all I wanted, I suppose. I think all men want something more than that if they meet the right person, but first you must become the right person. But if you attain any kind of success with women with techniques and modes and various forms of manipulation or trickery or NLP, I think is another thing they use. Yeah, that's going to get you the physical satisfaction of having sex with the girl. And if you just want a notch count, that's fine. I have a notch count. It's not as high as a lot of these guys these days because when I was doing most of my playing, the girls were not as easy. They didn't have the numbers these girls have now, which it's more accepted for women. But what the women don't understand, and you should understand as a high status male, is you don't want a woman with a high notch count. I realize it's hard to find one these days, but she has a very difficult time pair bonding. That's if you're looking for something somewhat steady, because she's been with so many guys, and I'm talking like if she's been with 20 guys by the time she's 18, she's going to have a difficult time pair bonding. There's research on that. Look at the statistics, because she just jumps off to another guy. She's used to sleeping with guys, so she'll just go sleep with another guy. It's not that big of a deal for her. As opposed to a woman who's only had a few sexual partners, she doesn't want to have to go find another man. She doesn't want to go sleep with another man. She wants to work it out with you, and make things work with you. She won't just ditch you and go on to the next. But these girls that have a high notch count, high body count, they can go from one guy to the next, which they've obviously been doing if they're 20 years old and they've had 20, 30, 40, 50, some even more than that, sex partners. Sex is an intimate thing, or it can be a superficial thing, depending on what you make of it. When I was younger, in my 20s, it was just sex. It didn't mean anything. As I got older and I discovered more about myself and I was able to open myself up, sex can be a magnificently powerful thing. And you must be careful with it, because unlike in my younger years where I would just have sex with someone and I was done, before I was finished, I was already thinking about the next girl I could be with. I can actually be in the moment with the woman and become, in a metaphysical way, one with her. And it's not the orgasm that's the great thing, it's the combining of the two people. It's really something that is ineffable, that I don't know how to, it can't really be, it's inexplicable. You have to experience it. But I will tell you this, it's a powerful, wonderful thing. Now the downside to that is this: if you allow that to happen and you break up with this girl, it can be very painful. But as with all pain and suffering, you can learn and grow. You learn so much from that. So that's it for today. Hit the like button, subscribe, and if you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Have a great day.